Come on. Put your hole. Come on. Come on, Score. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Oh, come on. Here. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Every day things are getting stronger. Do 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 do. All right. think this is it. Alright, so we bring the cows in every day. They go out during the... So we milk the cows twice a day, and boy, this thing is not that tall. Jiminy crickets. Alright. So every day the cows get milked twice a day. On our farm, I typically do it around 8 in the morning, and then 8, 9 o'clock at night. And during that time, the cows go outside on a pasture. There's no real grass yet to graze, but alright. But what we do is we feed round bales every day, silage or dry round bales, and they get to go outside and have fun and run around and do their best then. Every day every other day a tractor trailer comes and picks up our milk. So we have to wash the bulk tank. This silver thing is called a bulk tank. We do it by hand. There are fancy washers that will automatically wash these bulk tanks. But until we upgrade, this is what we're working with. This bulk tank is what keeps the milk cold. Keeps it anywhere around about 36 degrees or so. There's an agitator panel inside the tank as well that spins periodically, which will mix the milk, which keeps it cool, easier to keep it cold. Let's kind of put this thing down so we can see a little better. There we go. That's better. But yeah, so every day we have to wash, or every other day the milk truck comes and gets the milk, then we gotta wash this thing. So we use some detergent inside. It's all stainless steel. Use a long brush just to slosh it all around. We don't wash the tank every time the milk gets picked up. Bacteria will build, and that's not good. And you can't send the milk, can't drink it. Pasteurizing milk only does so much. what the inside of the tank will look like. Well, kind of. There we go. Paddle inside, it's an agitator paddle. This tank I think holds, I think it's like 800 gallons of milk. So, this tank's a flat top tank. A lot of them are round tanks. And inside they got automatic washer. Back up a little bit more here. And then we do the outside of the tank as well. Grab a bucket of soap and water. Go ahead and just keep scrubbing. It's a good little workout. Takes about 20 minutes of our time every other day. But that's what has to get done. And once that's done, we gotta drain the water out of the tank. All soapy water. And then we gotta rinse it all down. Just like that, tank's all clean. And it's ready to be put some milk in. Well, other than once we get the last bit of water draining out. And there's a special cap here that goes on the bottom drain of this tank. This cap here can be sometimes annoying, is if it wasn't put on right, it only goes on one way, how it's flat. Put it on the other way, milk will leak out. So sometimes if it was put on wrong, then the milk that you're milking cows will just drain right onto the floor. And that's milking. The other thing we gotta do before we start milking is, so there's a bunch of hoses here, a bunch of machines. These are the milking machines. So because everything sits, we wash everything every day, right after we get done milking the cows, morning and night. But then when it sits for 12 hours, we have to sterilize the system. So we gotta let the wash system run, make the units clean. So while we're doing that, we'll get the rest of these cows. Any stragglers? There's Glamour. You see her right down there? There she is. She's ready to give a calf any day now, or give birth. There's Luna. Come on, girl. This cow, heifer number 351, is very frustrating. She always waits to the very, very end. She knows where her stall is. But she's got to play games. Come on, girl. You want to get up? And know exactly where she lives. Alright, I want to scrape this center walkway down in our tie stall barn. This part right here is called the center walk, where the cows are standing on both sides of the barn. That's called the decks. And then where the cows eat in front, that's called the manger. So this part right here, we want to scrape down so we're not walking in manure and mud and dirt while we milk. That way no dirt buildup happens. Alright, so when we start chores, we gotta bring the cows in. When we bring the cows in, we put something called barn grip down on the center walkway. It's kind of a white lime. What it does is it acts as a anti-slip. It's grit, so that way when the cows come into the barn, they don't slip and fall into the concrete and center walk. And then every cow has their own stall. 95% of the cows know exactly where their home is. But what they like to do is they go to their neighbor's home, they like to steal their food or whatever, so we have to sort them. Then any young animals, heifers, we train them to their stalls, and it takes a month or so from them to learn it and then to start doing it on their own. So then from there we bring the cows in. We also put grain down, so right now our grain consists of like soybeans, minerals, and cornmeal. We put that all down one ingredient at a time. While we're doing that, we have our sanitizer run, washing our milking units and the pipeline, so that way it's clean from any bacteria from when there's nothing happening for the last 12 hours. Today we did our bulk tank, so we washed that. And the next step is we gotta go get our iodine, our pre-dip, everything we're gonna utilize for the milking of the cows done next. So like get the bucket of warm water, put the sanitizer in there, and get everything ready to actually milk the cows itself, carry the units out, and then we're gonna milk. The milking takes typically an hour and a half or so to complete. And then after that, we gotta push the feed up, put some more feed down for these cows. And it's pretty noisy in the barn today because we opened up all the curtains. So in our barn, it's not all closed up. So like you can see in the end walls or the side walls too, you can see outside. So we run curtains. which help for airflow, and then when it gets hot here in the summer months, we're able to put fans on, and then it kind of just keeps a breeze all day long. So we open that up so then our calf nursery calves can see the dairy cows and their moms. So it's just a little more noisy because we haven't put the calves yet. So yeah, so typically it takes us, well, it takes about 3.5 to 4 hours to complete night chores, and then same thing in the morning. And this gets done every single day, so it doesn't matter if it's what the weather is, doesn't matter the holiday, doesn't matter if we're sick, if we're injured, if the help doesn't show up, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the animals, they have to be cared for, and we have to do, our day doesn't end until, you know, we do everything we can do possible to care for each animal to the best of our abilities. So yeah, so that's what we do. So I'm going to set you down, I'm going to grain the cows real quick, and then we'll start milking. So you can say hi to the cows. This girl's name right here is Score. Alright, we got MJ, 227, the one looking at us. That's Patricia. She just had a calf just a couple days ago. Next one down is Jackie, the little black head peering underneath that blue water bucket. 279, that girl's name is Tiny. And then we got Miss Blue getting up off her knees, and so on and so forth. Every single cow here at Ortman Farms, at least the dairy cows and the heifers, they all have names. And then actually they respond to their names too. So if they're laying down and I'm coming up and I say, hey MJ, get up, they'll get up, you know, on their own, and they're nice and comfortable. I know we work with these cows every single day. A lot of our cows that we have, milk cows, are, you know, 2.5 years old to all the way up to one of our oldest cows right now in the barn is 14 years old, a little over 14, and she's still going strong, you know, breeding back, many lactations. She's produced many thousands of pounds of milk, tens of thousands of pounds of milk in her lifetime, and just doing her best her. So isn't that right, Score? Score here is a little troublemaker, especially when we're getting the cows out, and then she's one of the ones that likes to go and steal all the other cows' feed and so on and so forth in other stalls. Even though it's the same exact feed they're eating everywhere, they just feel like they're getting more. So, then we got Luna. That's my dog, Luna. Yep, she's with me all the time. Hangs out. She's a German Shepherd. So, all right. You guys can watch the cows eat as I grain them. You need a scooper though. Alright, so while we're waiting for the wash to finish up, this is what we call a tie stall barn. Each cow has an individual stall. There's a chain that hooks them up. Alright, so like for instance, Score here, this is the back side. This is her stall. This is the stall that she's been living in now for the last few years. Every stall they have this thing called a mayo mat. It's a 1-inch mat on the floor here. This little guy. These mats are in every single stall, and what they are is cow comfort. So you can drop an egg, which I should probably do it one of these days. You can drop an egg on these mats 5-6 foot up and it won't break. So, and they're durable, they don't tear apart. So these cows aren't living on concrete. And then what we do is we bed the cows with like shavings and barn grip and other stuff to keep them dry. And the nice thing about our tie stall barn is these cows go out every single day. So whether or not it's a winter time, as long as it's like 20 degrees and above and not too miserable out, we stick them out for a couple hours. They would be outside all the time, but they can't because we got to use their cows as body heat so our water doesn't freeze in here. But then in the summer months, they're out at night, and then we keep them in during the day and run fans so that way the heat stress, the bugs and stuff don't bother them too much. So on our farm, these cows live a pretty comfortable life as best as we can. So this tie stall barn ties up, it holds 75 cows that we can milk. We typically milk right around 60 all times because of like dry cows. So in order to have a dairy farm, you have to have cows that are pregnant. And then these cows, they're not milking year round, around the clock, every single day. They only milk for ideally 10 months. We get them bred back, and then they get confirmed pregnant, and then about 60 to 90 days, depending on how much milk the cow is making, we stop milking them, so they go into a rest period, and they're just chilling, they're on vacation, and then they give birth again, the cycle repeats. So it's typically like 15% of the herd is always going to be dry, so that way at all times there's going to be cows calving. This past week we've had 9 cows give birth now, and then we have 3 more that are due any day. One of them is Glamour, this big girl right here, that Holstein that's eating with the red collar, and she's bagging up. But yeah, so she's getting ready to give birth. We have another one named Sahara. And then we have there's 6 other heifers that are first calves. They're going to be giving birth in the next 2 to 3 weeks. So it's been busy here. We've had kind of a glutton of calves this spring just because of the breeding, how it happened last year about this time. I had to learn how to we do AI breeding here on the farm. So artificial insemination. I'll show you guys that in another video later. But yeah, no, so this is a tie stall barn. Cows are in and out as much as possible. About a week from now, because we're located up in northern New York, we're going to have enough grass to do rotational grazing, so they're going to be eating fresh green grass every single day. So those are some of the benefits of being a small farm. But yeah, so this is a tie stall barn. Spent a lot of time here. We feed corn silage, we feed baleage, we feed dry hay, cornmeal, soybeans, minerals, create a balanced diet for these cows, and so on and so forth. So yeah, and we try to have a personal relationship. Like when these cows, every cow's got a name. There's everybody from Penny and Glamour and Sahara, just all of them, all dairy cows. So they're like pets most days. In this barn, the way we clean it out is we run something called a barn cleaner, which you'll see that thing run sometimes. You'll see this thing break down on us. It's frustrating. But this thing right here, in the gutters, we've got paddles on it. That's a barn cleaner. There's 420 feet around, and then the barn gets cleaned out, and it dumps into. We have a 12-foot deep by 60 by 80 foot manure pit lagoon that all the manure and water goes into. And then about a week from now also we'll start pumping that out and we'll be spreading it onto our fields. So yeah, almost ready to start milking. But alright, so these Facebook Lives are fairly new to me, and we're going to start doing them more frequently as well. Most nights probably. Well, I'm not going to speak on a lot of them. We're just going to kind of let it run. Just let people come and go as they please. Just kind of, see cows. If you're in the Massena, Brazier, Louisville area, you'll get to know me more and more. So you'll see how our farm runs. So our farm, we're a dairy farm. We got about 300 hogs. We got our beef cattle herd, and then we crop around 1,500 acres or so for corn and soybeans, winter rye, oats, and so on and so forth. So our cropping season is going to get pretty busy shortly as well, because we put up all the feed we need for our own cows. That's dry hay, square bales, round bales. We chop corn silage, and then come the fall we'll combine grain corn. We'll do our soybeans. So we put up just about every bit of feed we need for all of our animals as well now. So yeah. Alright, the wash is just about done, so I'm going to get the milking units out, set up so we can get started. Alright. bring you guys down here. Here we run. I milk with 6 units, milking units. There's 3 that are automatic takeoffs, so I had to wait for parts. That thing right there, it's called an automatic takeoff. What it's designed to do is when the cow is done being milked, it senses the milk flow and it pulls the unit off the cattle. Alright. Let's get this going. Got some light bulbs we got to replace. A little darker at this end of this barn. Okay, let's lower this bad boy down. Possibly. There we go. Inside view. What we gotta do with every cow first is we gotta prep them. So you want to clean off all the dirt, debris. We gotta stimulate them. So every teat needs to be clean. On the bottom of the teat, there's a sphincter, and it opens up, and it's what the milk comes through. So basically, if you're to put our milking units on these cows, in a dirty teat, the vacuum can push up that debris inside the cow's udder, and it can cause something called mastitis. And then the other thing we have to do is we want to stimulate the cow as well to release oxytocin to let the milk come. Because on the cow, the milk is not readily ready to come out. It takes about 90 seconds, 90 to 120 seconds for the oxytocin, or when we stimulate this cow's teats, for the signal to run to the cow's brain. And then it'll stimulate her to let the milk down. The milk's up a little higher. So massaging each teat will give the cow the ability to let her milk flow easily. Cows are creatures of habit, so what we do, the prepping process is the same every single time. We use this orange stuff. It's peroxide. It helps lubricate up the teats, break up any dirt, kill any bacteria. And then what we also do is we massage each teat, get a little bit of milk out. called pre-stripping. We want to see if there's any chugs or if the milk looks like water or whatever it may be, because that can signify mastitis, and if that's the case, then that milk is not going to go into the bulk tank. We utilize it for tab and throw it away. Dairy farmers are under pretty strict guidelines or regulations, and so when it comes to milk and the shipped milk as a food item, there's parameters that we have to meet, meaning like something called somatic cell count, the herd average, which would mean every single cow milking. Somatic cell count, those are white blood cells, so it has to stay under 400 or 350,000 average across the whole herd, which is pretty showing that there's no infections or very little crop sickness with any cows. There can't be any bacteria also in the milk as well. There can't be excess amount of water that is sent every single time the tractor trailer shows up to pick up the milk every day or every other day for us. There's a milk sample taken. It's analyzed and it tells us exactly what's going on with the milk. So we have to stay on our balls to make sure that every single process is done right. So the process of milking cows has to be the same every single time. Any deviations, if we get complacent, anything that leads to mastitis, and then we have to treat the cow, that's the milk that gets thrown away, and then obviously it's less money that we'll make. Then we come back through on our farm to wipe the cow's teeth off. So we use microfiber towels to help to whisk off the dirt. Keeps the teeth very clean. So the one thing that we're looking for when it comes to cleanliness is under these cows' teeth right here, there's a little sphincter muscle. It's nice and clean. It's a little dark, but you can see it. So that part, that's the most important part, where the milk will come out, and so on and so forth. So every single time. Then once the teat is clean, we want to make sure that we don't touch it with any other dirt or manure. And it's also very important then to also keep the milking unit clean as well. So you have to maintain a clean environment in a very dirty world. And then just like that, so we put this milking unit's a claw. It's got four sections because cows have 4 teats. And basically what we're looking for is good milk flow. So right down in here, we got milk flowing right out. Means that the cows was properly prepped. Oxytocin is released. Cows letting her milk down, no problem. And then we're going to go on to the next one.